Well, if reports are right, Bill Clinton is rushing to Hillary Clinton's rescue. There's a new poll today showing her lead over Barack Obama in New Hampshire is evaporating. Is it time for the Clinton campaign to boost its use of Bill or not? Radio talk show host Stephanie Miller says use him. He's an asset. But Republican strategist Andrea Tantaro says stay clear of him. So you wouldn't want to use him. Why not?
No, I think Bill Clinton needs to stay at home, or they need to confine him on Ron Burkle's jet or something, because in theory Bill Clinton would be a good person to have by your side, but they can't stop getting him to say really dumb things. Just recently he came out and said, I didn't support the war, which is a flat-out lie. He can take her campaign in a very unexpected negative direction and get them off message.
Yeah, but he galvanizes the troops.
But look at the message that he's distracted them on. The little blue dress, Paula Jones, Jennifer Flowers, that wasn't exactly part of the Clinton message, I don't think.
All right, these are the latest polls showing that her lead, Hillary Clinton's lead over Barack Obama, now down to a single point. I think she had been leading by 25 points just a little more than a few weeks ago. All right, so Stephanie, I heard that he's, with all the baggage, he's more harm than good.
Neil, I have to congratulate Andrea. That's the closest I ever heard blue dress to Bill Clinton's name. That was record time. That was good. I think the thing is, you have to understand, like you said, Bill Clinton is hugely popular. He had a 70% approval rating at the height of his impeachment. And, you know, I'm sure people would love to have that kind of peace and prosperity.
Well, he didn't have that approval rating at the height of impeachment, but he did.
Pretty close.
He did pretty close, but it wasn't during impeachment. But no, go ahead, Steph. Pretty
sure it was higher than this president's 20 to 25% approval rating.
So you think, Stephanie, that even with all the other issues, the lesson from Al Gore is use this guy because he's going to help you?
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, again, something you won't hear probably often here on Fox News. He was a really, really good president, Neil, and he's hugely popular, particularly among Democrats. I think people would give anything to have that surplus back, to have that peacetime back,
well,
to have
you know,
a lot of the things.
Stephanie, I don't know how much of Fox News you watch, but we've looked at that economic record and we've given it its proper due, so maybe you're just watching the wrong shows. But Andrea,
I give you credit.
Let me ask you this, Andrea. I see a lot of what Stephanie's saying, that the core crowd in the Democratic Party really doesn't care about any of the stuff you raised. And if that, you're right, in a general election it might be more of an issue. But for the core crowd, and she has to get that core crowd behind her, and that's looking in some doubt now in Iowa and New Hampshire, get the rock star. Get the rock star.
Well, look, in the CBS New York Times poll, it said that 30-some% said that they're voting for her because of him. But what's interesting is that 55% said it doesn't affect their vote at all. So in the general election, he is going to be a problem.
Right, but leave the general election out. If you're dropping like an anvil, right, in the polls,
right,
and you don't know what's going on, but Bill Clinton on either side can say, gifted politician, he could at least stop the bloodletting, couldn't he?
People say they want a new direction, and Bill and Hillary Clinton hits rewind. It's not a new direction.
Stephanie, to that point, that it would. Let me ask you that, Stephanie, that it could hurt Hillary in this respect, that she's really just going to be her husband. In other words, that she needs her husband to sort of validate her candidacy, and that makes her look weak. What do you make of that?
Well, I think when people say they want a new direction, Neil, they mean any direction but this president. And I think that a lot of people think things were a lot better under Clinton. So, again, I think in the Democratic base, he is very popular. You know,
do you see any risk at all, Stephanie, with using him to the degree that some are saying she should?
I don't see any problem with using him. I think, again, he was a terrific president, and I think he's very popular with the Democratic base. Her lead may be simply, Neil, because all of the Obama voters think Oprah's going to give them all a car. That could be part of what it is.
They could think they're each getting a car.
Just to my point, at some point Hillary Clinton needs to stand up and fight the fight herself. Every time they gang up on her or say that she's mean or Tim Russert gets too mean with her, she runs to her husband. I mean, if she can't handle Tim Russert, how is she going to handle Osama bin Laden? She needs to stand up for herself, because that running to Bill equals weakness, and we need a leader.
All right, we'll see what happens. Ladies, I want to thank you both. Meanwhile, the Fort Dix 6, are they continuing their jihad?